This is a brand new 2010 Forte LX from Lancaster Kia. Nicely equipped, it's only $13,488. Hop in. Check out the sound system. It's still $13,488. Change the color. Take it for a spin. It's still $13,488. Someplace else you'd probably pay more, because Lancaster Kia sells Kias for less. And we'll see you at Lancaster Kia.
It's 6:45 now and time for News 8 to go. It's all the news, weather, traffic, and sports in the next 10 minutes you need to start your day. And we begin in York County, where a church destroyed by fire yesterday morning will be rebuilt. Members of Christ Lutheran Church gathered last night at the Montague Township Fire Hall for a prayer service. The church, which was more than 100 years old, was destroyed by fire after lightning struck the cross on the church's steeple. The pastor says it will be rebuilt, but doesn't know where or when. This Sunday's services will be held at the Fire Hall. A father and son are being called heroes for jumping in the Susquehanna River to save a man who may have been drowning. Officials say the man accidentally fell into the water near the Dock Street Dam in Harrisburg yesterday afternoon. Darnell and his 14-year-old son, Dion, were fishing at the time. Dion jumped in first and his father followed after calling 911. A memorial service will be held this weekend for a Lancaster County man killed in Afghanistan. Glenn Lapp, who was a volunteer with the Mennonite Central Committee, was one of 10 medical aides shot to death last Thursday in Afghanistan. The memorial service will be held Sunday at 2:30 at the Brightside Baptist Church on Hershey Avenue in Lancaster. We now know what a proposed casino on the West Shore would look like. Penn Harrisburg Gaming unveiled plans for the $75 million casino yesterday. It will be located in Mechanicsburg at Holiday Inn. The 30,000 square foot casino hall features 600 slot machines and 50 gaming tables. The site is competing with 3 other plans, including one near Gettysburg, for the last remaining state license. BP may no longer need to keep drilling relief wells in the Gulf of Mexico. The company is expected to get results of a pressure test today on its blown-out well. Officials think last month's effort to plug it from the top with mud and cement may have unexpectedly created a permanent seal. Meanwhile, the first family will spend the weekend on the Gulf Coast. President Obama is hoping to draw attention and visitors to the Gulf of Mexico. It's being called the height of irresponsibility by the Pentagon. The whistleblower website WikiLeaks says it's preparing to post more secret documents about the war in Afghanistan. News 8 Washington reporter Kate Amara joins us live to explain why the Pentagon is trying to stop the leak. Kate, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jerry. According to the Pentagon, this latest release could be more damaging than the first one back in July. At that time, WikiLeaks posted more than 70,000 documents about the war in Afghanistan. Online whistleblower WikiLeaks says it's getting ready to post an additional 15,000 secret files on the Afghan war. The Pentagon claims the move will threaten the safety of U.S. forces, allies, and Afghan civilians. But in an online interview, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange said the documents will be released despite the warning.
Every time we take on one of these big organizations, they try and find various ways to criticize.
The Taliban has vowed to use the material to track down anyone it considers a traitor. And in a letter to WikiLeaks, the international press freedom group Reporters Without Borders called the postings bad precedent for the internet's future.
It's just, common sense. When you have names like this, and you know that those people can be in danger because of you, you don't want to do it. And you don't want to release those names.
But Assange claims that WikiLeaks is taking steps to make sure that nobody is harmed by the disclosure. He says his team is about halfway through this latest batch of documents. Live in Washington this morning, I'm Kate Amara, News 8. Jerry?
It's going to be interesting to see what's in there. All right, Kate, thank you.
Now, News 8's weather on the 8s.
There's some showers around the Susquehanna Valley. Taking a look at live Super Doppler Race radar network, you can see them just to the east of Harrisburg and Dauphin County, and pretty much some drizzle up and down the Susquehanna River and a couple miles on either side. But we're going to see that drying as we head into the afternoon. Temperature-wise right now across the southern parts of the state, you see right about 70 degrees. 70 in Harrisburg, 72 in Chambersburg, 69 in York and Lancaster as well. A little bit warmer as you head off to the south. So locally around here, Harrisburg or other parts of the valley, it's going to be a cloudy day with those early showers ending as we head towards lunchtime. The skies will brighten and the sun will tease us a couple of times as we head into the afternoon. Then 64 with clearing skies tonight, becoming mostly sunny for tomorrow, looking at a high of 84 degrees. Sunday we'll have some sunshine as well. Then a front will come and our weather becomes a little bit more unsettled Monday through Thursday. Temperatures in the middle 80s with just a chance of an afternoon shower or thunder shower each day. That's a look at the forecast. Now let's look at the roads. Here's Julie in the Trafax Command Center.
Good morning, everyone. Well, despite this gloomy weather, it's definitely been a nice morning on our roadways so far. All of our majors are moving quite well. Just one incident to share with you at this hour. This is in Lebanon County, Jackson Township. A crash just occurred a couple minutes ago. This is East Lincoln Avenue, 422 and Martin Road. Fire police are already on their way to direct you around this crash. This Lancaster Toyota Trafax report brought to you by the Used Car Center at Lancaster Toyota Mazda. Reader's Choice pick for your favorite place to buy a used car. Back to you, Jerry.
All right, Julie, thank you. Time now for News 8 to Go Sports, and we begin with an incredible comeback win for the Phillies. Down 9-2 in the 8th inning, the Phils scored 4 runs in the 8th, added 4 more in the 9th for the 10-9 come-from-behind win. You see there, Carlos Ruiz was the hero as he laced a shot off the wall in left center for the game-winning hit. In the Atlantic League, the Bridgeport Bluefish rebounded from Wednesday night's 19-4 loss in Lancaster by beating the Barnstormers last night 9-3. Lancaster and York kick off a weekend series tonight. York lost yesterday to Somerset. To the NFL, and the Baltimore Ravens kicking off the preseason against Carolina. Quarterback Joe Flacco completed 8 of 12 passes for 120 yards and a touchdown as the Ravens flew past the Panthers 17-12. The Eagles open their preseason schedule tonight at home against Jacksonville. Now to this morning's Money Matters, and News 8's Carter Evans joins us live from the New Holland Auto Group desk at the NASDAQ in New York. And Carter, another tough day on Wall Street.
Yeah, it was another tough day on Wall Street, but it certainly could have been a lot worse. Nothing like what we saw on Wednesday. Check out the closing numbers yesterday. The Dow closing down about 58 points, the NASDAQ down about 18, the S&P 500 losing about 6 points yesterday. So it could have been a lot worse. Now, coming up today, it really is all about the consumer. We got several reports coming in, one on consumer prices, and that's basically a reading of inflation at the consumer level. So that's very important because consumer spending is about 2/3 of our economic activity in this country. We need people to spend money for the economy to be able to recover. And right now, people are not doing that. Why? Because they don't have jobs. And unfortunately, we got a disappointing jobs report yesterday. It capped off a sour economic week. The Labor Department said the number of first-time filers is the highest it's been since February, up to 484,000. Analysts thought the numbers were going to fall. Now, earlier this week, the Federal Reserve said the economic recovery was slowing down. That's what scared people on Wednesday. Well, all those recent recalls for Johnson & Johnson are leading to a grand jury subpoena. The recalls came after the Food and Drug Administration found quality control problems at the Johnson & Johnson plant right there in Lancaster. One of the biggest recalls was on liquid children's medicines. Earlier this year, a document filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission also says that several state attorneys general already have civil investigations underway. Well, forget Expedia and Travelocity. Facebook wants you to book your next flight on its site. Delta just unveiled a new way to buy tickets through the social networking site. The new feature is on Delta's Facebook page. It's called Ticket Window. The airline also launched a new iPhone app that will let you check in with your phone. And you know what would make it even easier to check in, Jerry?
What's that?
If they would just get rid of those baggage fees, that would eliminate a lot of the check-in hassle.
Yeah.
It is just so frustrating. I almost would like to just pay more for the ticket.
Right.
I hate being nickel and dime. It is so hard to compare prices these days because there are so many nickel and dime fees you have to think of when you're looking at things online.
It's all part of the flying experience these days, and I think the flight attendant story from this week kind of just summed up everything as far as the way flying is in this day and age. And
it's tough on us, and gosh, imagine how hard it is on them. They're dealing with hundreds of angry passengers all day long.
That's right. All right, Carter, hey, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Well, as we head to the break, let's take a look at the lottery numbers. The daily number, 979. The big 4, 6759. The match 6, 5, 14, 21, 26, 39, and 43. The cash 5, 2, 3, 7, 16, and 18. And the quinto, 51382.
News 8's Money Matters is sponsored by New Holland Auto Group. Best prices, best selection, all in one place. Online at newhollandauto.com.
News 8 is expanding with more local news, more weather on the weekends. Beginning this Saturday, catch News 8 Today weekend mornings at 6 and 9. Breaking news, the Storm Team forecast at 2 convenient times, beginning at 6 and 9. Whether you're an early riser or start your mornings a little later, News 8 Today will get your Saturday and Sunday off to a great start. Join News 8's Meredith Jorgensen and meteorologist Drew Anderson, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 and 9. News 8 Today, coverage you can count on.
Lancaster Hyundai, so true to me. Lancaster Hyundai, they treat you right, just come in and see. Lancaster Hyundai, Lancaster Hyundai.
For a limited time only at Wolf Furniture, get quality home furnishings with just $1 down. This 5-piece dinette set, now $788 with only $1 down. This microfiber sofa for only $688 with only $1 down. This contemporary microfiber sofa. This 3-piece bedroom, a queen-size sleep sofa, or this oak rocker, all with only $1 down. For a limited time only, and only at Wolf Furniture.
Closed captioning is underwritten by Darren Camps, one of your family-owned markets.
6:56 now and 67 degrees. And now a look ahead to some of the stories we'll be following later today and in the days ahead. The Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair opens this weekend, and happening tomorrow, the Great Pennsylvania Wine Toast at the Adams County Winery. They'll try to set a world record for the largest wine tasting ever conducted. The Lancaster Barnstormers are expected to welcome their 2 millionth fan at Clipper Magazine Stadium tonight as they take on the Revolution. And people are clearly one of the most successful species on Earth, but we really have not been here that long. On News 8 at 5:30, our Jack Hubley introduces us to some animals that have been around a staggeringly long time. How about that? You haven't been here quite as long, though.
No, not that long.
Right, not that long.
And looking at the forecast, we had a lot of issues with flooding yesterday, but good news there. The heaviest rain is over. We do have some showers scattered throughout the valley right now, especially there in to the east of Harrisburg and Dauphin County, headed over towards Hershey, northern Lancaster County, also eastern York County. And that will continue as we go through the remainder of the morning. They'll slowly dry up as we head into the afternoon. We'll also be teased with some peaks of sun as we get closer towards evening. Looking at a high of only 78 today. That hasn't happened since July 1st. Then this weekend, for some of those events you're talking about, 84 and sunny tomorrow, 84 and sunny on Sunday.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good weekend.
Yeah,
after all
not
this.
bad at all. Dry, a little bit humid, but hey, it's not 90s.
Right, exactly. It's not a heat wave. We'll take it. Hey, Matt, always good to have you. And that does it for News 8 today. NBC's Today Show is up next. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Good old-fashioned girlfriend chit-chat with Julia Roberts. Marriage.
I sort of worship my husband. He really takes my breath away.
Being a mom.
Do you carpool? And